Okay, sorry about that. My stream just died. Give me a second. Okay, so new link has been posted on to the Instagram page. So hopefully I'm live. Yeah, yeah. This is. Oh my gosh. Florida man does it again. Florida man does it again, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Oh my. That's awesome. That's very awesome. I love that. So we have another NOAA flight that has just left that is en route to Helene. This one has finished up. It got fairly good data 962, 962, 960, 959, and 952. That's just. Oh, yeah. That storm merger helped that. So we're probably going to get a new. We're likely going to get a tornado warning here soon. That's KTBW. Here, we're probably going to get a tornado warning for Venice and South Venice the next minute or two. So there is likely going to be a new tornado warning issued here within the next couple of minutes. So if you're just tuning into the live stream, welcome in. I was live earlier this morning and then my previous stream just died for whatever reason. I don't know why, but my stream randomly died earlier, like a minute ago. So we're getting everything back turned on right now. I thank you all for coming in to watch the stream, our live coverage of Hurricane Debbie, not Debbie, not Francine. Why do I keep calling this storm Francine? It is not Francine. Here's the Atlantic. Turn that off because that mission is over now. Ooh, there's a bunch of rain coming into Tampa right now. That's interesting. Wow. Um, so currently we have no tornado warnings in effect right now. We're likely going to have one soon. So this is our most recent reconnaissance mission that we have into France. Not Francine. Why do I keep calling this Francine? This is not Francine. This is Helene. Not Francine, Helene. uh, so Ghost data is running behind and images may be delayed. Gosh darn it, Ryan, you just jinxed it. So while this is loading up, I'm going to mute myself and go get myself a drink. I will be right back. Then we'll continue our live coverage here of the landfall of Hurricane Helene. Alright, I'm back and I got some food as well. So we have gotten a new tornado warning. Um, where? Oh, there it is. It's over here near Daytona Beach. This doesn't include Daytona Beach, just so you guys are aware. Daytona Beach, you guys are in the clear from this cell. So if you're in Deltona, DeLand, get underground now. So this is a tornado warning for central Volusia County in east central Florida until 4:45. A 425 severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Austin or near Deltona, moving north at 45 miles an hour. So this will be on top of you guys before you even know it. So you guys need to be prepared now. Hazard is a tornado. This is a radar indicated rotation. Flying will be dangerous. Those without shelter, mobile homes will be destroyed or damaged. Damage to roofs and windows, vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous storm will be near Deltona, Dayland, and Orange City around 4:30, and Dayland Airport around 4:40. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include Cassadaga. Take cover now, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you're outdoors in a mobile home or a vehicle, move to the closest substantial structure and protect yourself from flying debris. So that's with that storm right here. So get underground now if you're in that area. So we don't have any tornado warnings yet down in this area. So let's go back over to Twitter quickly, see if there's any new things that are up. If you're in Taylor County, the you to write your personal information somewhere on your body if you have stayed behind for this because they aren't expecting you to survive this. This is updated max wind. This is from Eric Webb or at Weber Weather on Twitter. Updated max wind minimum SLP chart for Hurricane Helene through the latest advisory compared to other September October tropical cyclones in the Western Caribbean and Southern Gulf. Hurricane Helene has moved closer to the center of this distribution over the last several hours, a hint that Helene's inner core has become much stronger and well defined. Hurricane Helene has been deepening 3 millibars an hour since mid morning, about 15Z. If Helene generally maintains this pace of intensification, it would become a low to mid grade Category 4 hurricane, about 120 knots at landfall in Florida. This is probably a reasonable higher end scenario for this storm. And honestly, I believe that. I fully agree that this is going to be a high end, low to mid end Category 4 at landfall. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Wow. Yeah, that isn't good. Current view and them Matchlacha Bridge Pass near Cape Coral. Look at the white caps here. Seriously though, look at these white caps bursting over. That bridge is probably closed now. Yeah, that is an eye wall here. That's Heron Fox on Twitter at Storm. Look at that. That's that is an eye wall. Here's all the old beautiful trees in Tallahassee. 100% the best part to say. Yeah, this isn't going to be good at all. Um. Uh, oh my gosh, that post that gets a repost. I'm not getting into it. Open until there's the side. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we can actually see the eye of Helene now from Tampa Bay's radar. And if we jump on over to our velocity product here, when into motion, we're picking up on winds of about 125 miles an hour here from the Tampa Bay radar. Now, unfortunately, my radar doesn't want to work for real this time. Same video of storm surge impact. Oh, so this camera is near Fort Myers. That's insane. That's wow. Checking out some of the cameras here. And we have just got a new tornado warning. So scratch that for now. Where is it? Oh, that's down there. That's the Venice storm. Where is that? There it is. This is KTBW. Make sure that I'm on the right radar. And why did Velocity just die? Hello? Velocities, are you there? Everything's breaking. You know what? We're just going to pull up GR3 to do the Sierra side of this, and we'll use Ray Omega to provide satellite. How does that sound? Tallahassee Waffle Houses are closed. You know it's bad when those have closed. That's how you know it's bad. When the Waffle House closes. Our next soul advisory comes out in about 20 minutes or so. So as you can see here on our storm relative velocity here, so scratch that. We have our new advisory out for Helene. Should be out anyway. Let's refresh our page. We still have the 4 p.m. update. And there we go. Helene is a very dangerous and large major hurricane, damaging hurricane winds and catastrophic storm surge expected to begin in the Florida Big Bend this evening. So, it is sped up once again. The system is now moving north-northeast at 23 miles an hour. Pressure remains at 951 millibars, and the maximum sustained winds have increased now up to 125 miles an hour. Let's jump on into the public advisory here. So there have been no new changes. Why do I keep calling Helene Francine? Why? Why do I do that? So Helene is about 130 miles west of Tampa and about 175 miles south of Tallahassee, Florida. Its maximum sustained winds have increased to 125 miles an hour. Helene is currently, let's pull this up. Helene is on the edge of becoming a Category 4 hurricane. So, Category 4 is 130 to 156 mile an hour. And currently, Helene is a 125 mile per hour Category 3 hurricane. So, Helene is a high end Cat 3 right now. And more intensification is likely. It's doing north northeast at 23 miles an hour. The pressure has remained the same at 951 millibars. There have been no changes with the advisory. Storm surge warning is in effect for Mexico Beach, eastward to and southward to Flamingo, Tampa Bay, and Charlotte Harbor are included in that. A hurricane warning is in effect for Antelope River to Mexico Beach. A hurricane watch is in effect for Inglewood to Antelope River, including Tampa Bay. A tropical storm warning is in effect for the Florida Keys, including the Dry Tortugas, Flamingo to Antelope River. We have a new radar indicated tornado warning that has just been issued. We will cover that in a second. That includes Tampa Bay, west of Mexico Beach, the Okaloosa Walton County line, Flamingo northward to Liver River Inlet and Lake Okeechobee. Storm surge warning means that there is danger of life-threatening inundation from rising water moving inland at the coastline. For a depiction of areas at risk, please see the National Weather Service Storm Surge Watch Warning graphic available at hurricanes.gov. This is a life-threatening situation. Persons located within these areas should take all necessary actions to protect life and property from rising water and the potential for other dangerous conditions. Promptly follow evacuation and other instructions from local officials. If you stayed, you have pretty much no time now to get out. You have no time remaining. Literally, just get out now. You have no time. Just get out, go north, go west actually. Go west now, just get out of its way. Hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. Tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion. Tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected somewhere within the warning area, and a hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area. For storm information specific to your area in the United States, including possible inland watches and warnings, please monitor products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office. For storm information specific to your area outside the United States, please monitor products issued by your National Meteorological Service. Now, the discussion and outlook. At 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the eye of Hurricane Helene was located near latitude 27.9 north, longitude 84.6 west. Helene is moving toward the north-northeast near 23 miles an hour. Continued fast motion to the north-northeast is expected through landfall in the Florida Big Bend this evening. After landfall, Helene is expected to turn northwestward and slow down over the Tennessee Valley on Friday and Saturday. Maximum sustained winds have increased to near 125 miles with higher gusts. Helene is a Category 3 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. Additional strengthening is expected, and Helene will likely be an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane at landfall. Weakening is expected after a hurricane moves inland, but the fast forward speed will allow strong, damaging winds, especially in gusts, to penetrate well inland across southeastern U.S., including the higher terrain of the southern Appalachians. Hurricane force winds extend outward up to 60 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 310 miles. Weather station at Venice Municipal Airport recently reported a sustained wind of 46 miles an hour and gusts of 69 miles an hour. Another observation near Venice Beach reported a sustained wind of 51 miles an hour with gusts of 66 miles an hour. The estimated minimum central pressure based on data from the Air Force Hurricane Hunters is 951 millibars. So, now to the hazards affecting land. Storm surge. The combination of a life-threatening storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the falling heights above ground somewhere in the indicated areas if the peak surge occurs at the time of high tide. Carabel to Swanee River, Florida, 15 to 20 feet. Apalachicola to Carabel, Florida, 10 to 15 feet. Swanee River, Florida to Chassahowitzka, Florida, 10 to 15 feet. Chassahowitzka, Florida to the Antelope River, Florida, 8 to 12 feet. Indian Pass, Florida to Apalachicola, 6 to 10 feet. Antelope River to the middle of Longboat, yeah, that's English. Longboat Key, Florida, 5 to 8 feet. Tampa Bay, 5 to 8 feet. Middle of Longboat Key, Florida to Englewood, Florida, 4 to 7 feet. East of Mexico Beach, Florida to Indian Pass, 3 to 5 feet. Englewood, Florida to Flamingo, Florida, 3 to 5 feet. And Charlotte Harbor, 3 to 5 feet. The deepest water will occur along the immediate coast near and to the east of the landfall location, where the surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. Surge-related flooding depends on the relative timing of the surge and the tidal cycle and can vary greatly over short distances. For information specific to your area, please see products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office. And we're not going to go over where you can see it. You can see it at hurricanes.gov. Wind. Hurricane conditions are expected within the warning area. This evening, tropical storm conditions are occurring in the southern and central Florida, and these conditions are expected to spread northward across the tropical storm warning areas in the southeastern U.S. through early Friday. Strong damaging winds, especially in gusts, will likely penetrate as far inland as the higher terrain of the southern Appalachians. So, rainfall. Over portions of the southeastern U.S. into the southern Appalachians, Helene is expected to produce rainfall totals of 6 to 12 inches, with isolated totals around 20 inches. This rainfall will likely result in catastrophic and potentially life-threatening flash and urban flooding, along with significant river flooding. Numerous significant landslides are expected in steep terrain across the southern Appalachians. Then tornadoes. The risk for several tornadoes continues through tonight over much of Florida, southeast Georgia, central and southern South Carolina, and southern North Carolina. The tornado risk will continue Friday across the Carolinas and southern Virginia. Then surf. Swells rain by Helene will affect much of Florida and the coast of Georgia and the Carolinas during the next couple of days. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. Please consult products of your local weather office. I am still alive, right? Make sure. I am still alive. So the next intermediate advisory is at 8 p.m. and the next complete advisory is at 11. So going back over to storm over here. And the Tallahassee radar here. We apparently do have a correlation coefficient drop here with this storm right here. And yeah, we do. This yellow area right here, that's a resignature. So this is still a radar indicated rotation. However, if you're in, if you're near Carabel to the west of Carabel, northeast of Creoles, get underground right now. You have a tornado that is coming up into your area. So we have mesoscale, not mesoscale, mesonet stations on the eastern side of Florida, getting about 45 to 50-mile-per-hour winds here. Jumping back over to our storm down here near Venice. Taking a look at storm relative. We still have a bit rotation with this cell, but it's not as defined as it was. We still have a hook with it, so we still need to pay attention to it, but it's not as well defined as it once was. Going over to this storm. See, this storm doesn't even have a hook on it. It's just going. And we have gotten a new tornado warning for this storm down here. It's getting closer to the Tampa Bay radar, and that is to be expected. So this tornado warning for eastern Manatee County in west central Florida, and northeastern Sarasota County in west central Florida until 5:15. At 4:57, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Myakka River State Park, or 12 miles northwest of Northport, moving north at 75 miles an hour. I'm sorry. What? 75 miles an hour. That is insane. Well, the hazard is a tornado. This is radar indicated rotation. You guys know the deal. This dangerous storm will be near Lake Sarasota around 5:05. Not sure why you'd be on Lake Sarasota right now, but if you're on that, please get off of it. You have less than 5 minutes by the time you guys hear this transmission to get off the lake. Probably even less than that. Other locations impacted include Dewitt, Gator Creek Estate, Lake Manatee State Park, Hidden River, and Fruitville. Take cover now. If your home is flooded, avoid floodwaters. If possible, take shelter in an interior room. Avoid windows if you're outdoors in a mobile home or in vehicle. Move to the closest substantial structure and protect yourself from flying debris. Once again, this is a radar indicated rotation. So we still have our rotation right here. This is our rotation right here being picked up by the storm relative reflectivity. So our other tornado warning is still not confirmed. It is still radar indicated rotation. However, we're probably going to see an extension soon for Weiwa Hitchka. Hold on. Google Translate, time to do your thing. I do not know how to say that. No, not Italian, English. English to English. No, I went English to English. Let me do English to English. Why won't it let me chat? If you guys know how to pronounce that town name, please let me know. But we're likely going to see a new extension for this tornado warning soon. This is the north of Apalachicola now. Actually, do I have a live camera over there? So currently we have two tornado warnings in effect right now. And just hold on a minute while I get our camera map up. And while I die because piece of grain went in through the wrong side, through the wrong pipe. Um, does not look like we have any live cameras. We have a cam from Fort St. Joe. Actually, look at the waves though, chat. And see our waves crashing on our. Look how high it's getting up there. We're just going to keep seeing this water rising as we get more closer and closer to the landfall. So this will be a good camera to have on deck. Not sure what it'll look like when it obviously gets closer, but yeah, we have that camera there. We have another camera here. It's from the Blue Parrot. We can expect that as the storm gets closer, we will lose these cameras, these power outages, and all that. Actually, I want. This is a good map to have out as well. So currently we have 173,000 people without power in Florida. We can expect that to continue to rise as we get closer and closer to Helene making landfall. Georgia has 11,000 people without power, and then North Carolina has 13,000 without power. That's not Georgia. That's South Carolina has 2,000 people. Then for whatever reason, Idaho has 10,000 people. And I actually need to run to the bathroom quickly, chat. I'll leave you guys with the current loop that we have of um, lean that we have right now, and I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And I'll have my phone with me playing any new warnings that we get in the chat. Alrighty, we are back. So what's my computer at? 44. Yeah. So is this a new warning? I don't think that's a new warning. I think that's the same warning. You have a lot of flash flood warnings. But other than that, we're not really seeing much. This is our eye of Helene right here. If we switch over to our base velocity, you know, one or two knots here. Let's go back to Twitter. Here's our latest satellite imagery. Let me just refresh that to make sure that's the most recent. Okay, do on my Tums here in case I need them. Now the sun is starting to set, as you can see in the last couple of frames here. But Clean does look much better than it did before, which is good news here. Charlotte's radar. What? We're not going to. But you can still see the eye of Helene on the radar here. This is our eye right here. We switch over to our reflectivity. You can see that we have our eye right here. It's more of an oval shaped eye now. Not like our traditional, like circle eye. It's not like that anymore. But that's our latest view on it. Um, so we have 4 notifications. Why? Oh, because that tweet I left on Michigan's latest post is, yeah. It's from Dr. Levi Cohen, the creator of the Tropical Tidbits website that I use pretty much all the time. Radar data continues to suggest that the eyewall is increasingly dominating the secondary band that have been preventing consolidation of the inner core wind field. Simultaneously, substance warming in the eye is strengthening, leading to a clearer eye on infrared imagery. This probably means that maximums in Helene's eyewall are increasing further, unfortunately. And I have to agree with that. Unfortunately, I do believe that Helene is rapidly intensifying now. Go ahead and pop one more time. Yeah, there's really no doubt that we won't have a Category 4 soon. Kind of scared to see what Recon is now. 540-mile-an-hour surface winds and pressure in the mid to upper 940s. Yeah. Honestly, if you're along the Big Bend, honestly, just because this is going to be a Category 4 soon, if not already, you guys need to be preparing for a Category 5. I actually want to see something quickly here. So if we go to YouTube, there is a new tornado warning, by the way. We will cover that in a minute. I just want to see if, like, going to YouTube, and I'll show one of my videos so I don't get copyrighted. But I do want to see if you guys can hear audio, because if you guys can, that might be good for me to show you guys the live broadcasts from the National Hurricane Center. So this is our live stream of Helene. Not now I'm calling Francine Helene. Why? We are back here live. We are now tracking Tropical Storm Francine. It was named earlier today, actually, with the 11 o'clock advisory. No, stop. Alright, so if that worked, I should be able to hear myself through this audio. I am turning on subscriber only mode just because it's because of the threat for trolls coming in. So right now I'm just waiting in the stream to see if what the video I pulled up works. Honestly, if you're along the Big Bend, honestly, just because this is going to be a Category 4 soon, if not already, you guys need to be preparing for a Category 5. So water has started coming up in St. Mark's. I actually wanted to see something quickly here. So if we go to YouTube, there, morning, by the way, we will cover that in a minute. I just want to see it, like going to YouTube, and I'll show one of my videos. But I do want to see if you guys can hear audio. Because if you guys, that might be good for me to show you guys the live broadcast from the National Hurricane Center. So this live stream of Helene, no one calling Francine Helene. Wow. We are back here live. We are now. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I can hear myself through the national. So I'll shut up when they do the live stream here. Generational storm, Big Bend, Florida. What a catastrophe incoming. Yeah, it's going to be really bad. Meanwhile, in Taylor County, that's we got people playing soccer in Taylor County as a hurricane is coming in. If that's not Florida, I don't know what is. Go back to the National Hurricane Center. So we are currently waiting live advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Yep, there we go. They just went live. So I will shut up.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike here at the National Hurricane Center. It's just after 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, September 26th, coming on with the latest on very dangerous Hurricane Helene, which is rapidly approaching the Florida Big Bend coastline. Helene has strengthened today. It's a powerful Category 3 hurricane, maximum sustained winds of around 125 miles per hour. The center of Helene right now is located about 130 miles west of Tampa, but moving very quickly to the north-northeast at 23 miles per hour. And its expansive storm is going to make landfall this evening along the Big Bend coastline. And you can see in the radar imagery the well-defined eye. The data from the radar and the Hurricane Hunter aircraft have shown Helene strengthening today, expecting some continued intensification, and Helene could certainly make landfall as a Category 4 hurricane this evening along the Big Bend coastline. Very concerned about multiple life-threatening hazards that are going to start playing out here in just the next couple of hours. We're expecting between Apalachicola and Chassahowitzka, 10 to 20 feet of storm surge inundation above ground level, especially near and to the right of where the center of Helene crosses the coast. Again, 20 feet is enough to inundate a two-story building. There's going to be destructive wave action on top of that, especially near where the hurricane makes landfall. So this is going to create unsurvivable conditions in these areas. So hopefully everyone in those storm surge evacuation zones who's asked to leave by their local officials has gotten to a safe location. If you can still get out, please do so if you have time and it's safe to move. Because of the widespread storm surge threat along the entire Florida West Coast, all the way from down to Flamingo, up through the Tampa Bay region, up to west of Apalachicola, due to Helene's very large size, it's moving lots of water around. So even in areas like Tampa Bay, we're expecting to see as much as 8 feet of inundation above ground level as those strong winds funnel the Gulf of Mexico water up into the Tampa Bay region. So everybody along these storm surge evacuation zones want to be very safe, especially at night. Don't be out driving around in areas that could be flooded. Now, again, Helene is moving very quickly to the northeast, as I mentioned, and with a powerful hurricane moving fast, it's not going to have time to weaken very much before it moves quite far inland and brings the threat of hurricane conditions through much of north central Florida, including the Tallahassee area, the Big Bend region, and hurricane warnings are in effect for much of southwestern and west central Georgia, just to the south of the Atlanta metro area. And that includes places like Albany, Macon, just west of Waycross, Bainbridge, down to the Tallahassee area, down almost to Cedar Key. In these areas, you're going to see the potential for substantial structural damage, widespread tree damage, significant long duration power outages. In the blue areas, this is where we're expecting to see tropical storm conditions. That includes the Atlanta metro area, Columbia, South Carolina, Charleston, Charlotte, North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. Very concerned about the potential for even gusts to hurricane force in metro Atlanta and along the portions of the southern Appalachians, especially in southwestern North Carolina, portions of western South Carolina. So again, in all of these areas, you should be prepared for potentially long duration power outages, unsafe environment. You want to be sheltering in place. Most wind fatalities in tropical storms and hurricanes happen due to trees falling on people in their cars or in their homes or outside. So please shelter in place in a safe location through the duration of this event. Then we have to move on to the flash flooding threat. Even though Helene is going to be moving quickly, it's going to bring the potential for catastrophic flooding from heavy rainfall all the way from western North Carolina, just to the west of Charlotte, Hickory, Asheville, upstate South Carolina, at the Atlanta area, down through Macon, Albany, Bainbridge, Tallahassee, down to the Big Bend coastline. Everywhere you see in pink is that level 4 out of 4 risk for flash flooding. That's the highest risk we paint. Everywhere in this red area is 3 out of 4. That includes Charlotte, Columbia, eastern portions of Alabama, southeastern and eastern Tennessee, and up into southwestern Virginia. Some of these locations are going to see up to 20 inches of rainfall, especially along the southern Appalachians. We're expecting catastrophic and life-threatening flooding and flash flooding and urban flooding, and the potential for widespread landslides in these areas. We also have the potential for again, widespread power outages. I want to talk a little bit about post-storm safety. With power going out, people are going to fire up the generators they have. Make sure you use those safely. We lose a lot of people after major hurricane landfalls to carbon monoxide poisoning from improper generator use. So that's a significant risk for everybody under those tropical storm and hurricane warnings. There's also the potential for tornadoes. We have tornado watches in effect for portions of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, several tornado warnings in effect. So for anyone in these areas, you want to make sure you have your wireless emergency alerts turned on your phone, have a NOAA weather radio so that you can be alerted to hazardous weather, tornado warning, or flash flood warning overnight, especially if you're going to be asleep. So let's touch on, again, the key messages here for Helene as we head into what's going to be a very dangerous Thursday night and Friday for much of Florida and the southeastern U.S. We're expecting a catastrophic and deadly storm surge along portions of the Florida Big Bend coast, where we are expecting to see inundation as high as 20 feet above ground level. If you've been asked to evacuate and you still can do so safely, please get out of those evacuation zones in that region. We're also expecting catastrophic hurricane force winds within the eye wall of Helene, where it makes landfall along the Florida Big Bend coast tonight. And hurricane force winds are going to spread inland across portions of northern Florida and Georgia overnight tonight and early Friday. So again, shelter in interior portions of well-built structures, well-built homes, away from windows, away from the potential for falling trees to hit you. Damaging wind gusts are also going to penetrate well inland, especially over portions of Georgia and the Carolinas, especially in the southern Appalachians. Again, please be prepared for power outages and wind damage in those areas. And finally, last but not least, the catastrophic and life-threatening flash and urban flooding threat that's going to play out all the way from the Florida Panhandle and Big Bend region through Georgia into the Carolinas tonight and Friday. We're expecting widespread, significant flash and urban flooding, landslides, as well as river flooding in those areas. So again, please stay tuned to sources of trusted information as we go through the night tonight on Thursday and into Friday. We'll be here at the National Hurricane Center. You can always come back and get information from us at hurricanes.gov. You can get information about your local hazards in your area from your local National Weather Service office at weather.gov. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with more throughout the rest of the event with Helene. I'm Mike Brennan at the National Hurricane Center.
All right. So that was our live update from the National Hurricane Center for Hurricane Helene. Let's quickly take a look at the power outages in the state of Florida, see if there's any big changes here. And there are now 233,000 people now without power in Florida. The most of those being in DeSoto County. With almost 6,700 people without power. Or, sorry, with 3.2 thousand without power. Up here in Wakulla County, you have 641 people. These are last updated about 10 minutes ago. But yeah, that's our latest with Helene there from National Hurricane Center. Make the just yeah, that's. But this is how. Why do I keep calling Helene Francine? It's getting annoying at this point, you know. Also, my computer's at 34%. So, that's gonna be interesting. Ball. Let's go back over to Tropical Tidbits, see if Recon is near not Francine, my goodness. Helene. Looks like they're setting up for a west to east pass first. Let me just make sure that's right. Let's take a look at this. This is our. So they're getting 986, and they're not even at 85.9 yet. So we have 7 tornado warnings in effect right now. We actually have one just to the west of St. Augustine. Um, so storm relative, and yeah, we have a pretty good area here of circulation here in St. Johns County, northeastern Florida. This goes until 6 p.m. At 5:43, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Federal Point, 7 miles north of Hastings. We now have a new tornado warning in South Carolina. So we'll take a look at that then. Storm is moving north at 50 miles an hour. You guys obviously know the deal. This is radar indicated rotation. You guys know the impact. This dangerous storm will be near World Golf Village around 5:55. Other locations impacted include Elkton and Bakersville. Take over now, move to the basement or interior room of the low floor of the building. Avoid windows if you're outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle. Move to the closest substantial structure and protect yourself from flying debris. Heavy rainfall may hide this tornado. Torrential rainfall is occurring with the storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. So let's jump over here. We also have another one, tornado warning up here. Do we have CC here? We do not. So we have to go with KRAX here. Um, Red Deer is going down to Cedar Key.